Have you ever thought about cosmic-level events that could cause the extinction of humanity? For example, if our neighboring planets Venus or Mars turned into a ball of ice. Or if the largest planet Jupiter, or the furthest planet, Neptune, froze into a ball of ice. How would those events affect us on Earth? Could it spell the end of humanity? Well, let's find out. But firstly, let's have a calming note before we begin. These are simply hypothetical and unlikely to occur scenarios. It is a question to ponder on, especially if the universe is something that you find interesting. By the way, if you have any thoughts or facts to share on this topic, we would love to see them, so comment down below. And remember, if any of these events had to occur, it is unlikely to be in our lifetime. Okay, let's begin. First up is Venus. Venus, the second planet from the Sun, is often referred to as Earth's sister planet due to its similar size and composition. However, the surface of Venus is incredibly hot, with temperatures that can reach up to 864 degrees Fahrenheit or 462 degrees Celsius. If Venus were to freeze into a ball of ice, it would be a massive undertaking. But, hypothetically, if it did happen, it would have little effect on life on Earth. One reason for this is that Venus is too far away from Earth to have a significant impact on our environment. The distance between the two planets is roughly 25 million miles, which is around 40 million kilometers, making it difficult for any changes on Venus to directly affect Earth. Additionally, Venus does not have a strong magnetic field like Earth, which means that it does not have a significant impact on the solar wind or on the Earth's magnetosphere. Furthermore, while Venus is often referred to as Earth's sister planet due to its similar size and composition, the two planets have some significant differences. Venus has a thick atmosphere composed primarily of carbon dioxide, which creates a strong greenhouse effect that traps heat on the planet. In contrast, Earth's atmosphere is composed primarily of nitrogen and oxygen, with much smaller amounts of carbon dioxide and other trace gases. As a result, the conditions on Venus are much different than those on Earth, and any changes to Venus's environment would not necessarily have a direct impact on Earth. So, while the idea of Venus freezing into a ball of ice is an interesting one to consider, and as we can see, it is unlikely to have direct impacts on Earth, we should also consider the fact that not only is Venus an extremely hot planet, which is many times hotter than Earth, but Venus is also much closer to the Sun, meaning something monumental would have to occur to freeze Venus into a ball of ice, which may even cause Earth to freeze as well. If you're enjoying this video so far, you may also enjoy the converse of this topic, where we discuss the effects of the same planets exploding, and don't feel shy to hit the like button, because it really helps us out. Next up is Mars. Mars is often referred to as the red planet due to its rusty color, and it is the planet most similar to Earth in terms of its environment. It has polar ice caps and a thin atmosphere, which means that it could hypothetically freeze into a ball of ice. If this were to happen, it would have little impact on life on Earth. However, it would be a significant event for humanity's exploration of Mars. As we all know, there are many plans for creating a habitable environment for us on Mars, so that we can become an interplanetary species. So, if Mars were to freeze into a ball of ice, it would of course slow the entire operation down, or put an end to it completely. You see, the polar ice caps on Mars contain large amounts of frozen water, which could potentially be used for future human settlements, and if the entire planet Mars turned into ice, it would make it much harder to extract this water and use it for human purposes. Additionally, the freezing of Mars would have significant implications for the planet's climate and geology. The planet's atmosphere, although thin, is still an important factor in regulating the temperature and weather patterns on Mars. If the planet were to freeze, it would change the atmospheric conditions and could potentially lead to the formation of new geological features such as ice volcanoes. Now for the largest planet, Jupiter. As the largest planet in our solar system, Jupiter's size and gravity plays a big role in maintaining the balance of our solar system. If Jupiter were to hypothetically freeze into a ball of ice, it would be a monumental event. However, it's unlikely that this will ever happen. Jupiter is a gas giant, which means that it doesn't have a solid surface like Earth or Mars. It's mostly composed of hydrogen and helium gas, which would need to reach incredibly low temperatures to freeze. This means that it would take a significant change in Jupiter's environment for it to freeze entirely. If Jupiter did freeze into a ball of ice, it would have little impact on life on Earth. Jupiter is located far enough away from Earth that it doesn't have a significant impact on our environment. However, Jupiter's moons, such as Europa and Ganymede, could be affected by such an event. These moons have subsurface oceans that are kept liquid due to Jupiter's gravitational pull. If Jupiter were to freeze, the gravitational pull on these moons could change, affecting the stability of their subsurface oceans. Another downfall of Jupiter freezing over is that it would significantly reduce its mass, which would weaken its gravitational pull. The big issue with this is that Jupiter's gravity acts as a magnet or vacuum cleaner that sucks up asteroids or debris that would otherwise be floating about in space. The decrease in strength of Jupiter's gravitational pull could result in more asteroids or debris floating around in space and, as a result, increasing the risk of collisions. It's worth noting, though, that any changes due to Jupiter freezing over would likely occur over an incredibly long timescale, potentially millions of years. So, while it's an interesting hypothetical scenario to consider, it's not something that we need to worry about happening. And now we reach our last planet, Neptune. Neptune is the farthest planet from the Sun, located in the outer reaches of our solar system. It is a gas giant, and it's composed primarily of hydrogen and helium, with trace amounts of methane, ammonia, and water. Neptune is known for its beautiful blue color, which is caused by the methane in its atmosphere absorbing red light and reflecting blue light. It's also the coldest planet, with temperatures that can reach as low as -370 degrees Fahrenheit or -218 degrees Celsius. With these temperatures, you'll be forgiven for wondering if this planet isn't already a ball of ice. However, Neptune is not technically a ball of ice, as it is primarily composed of hydrogen, helium, and methane gas, with a smaller amount of water, ammonia, and rock. While its surface temperature is incredibly cold, the temperature in its interior is believed to be much higher due to pressure and heat generated by the planet's formation and radioactive decay. Additionally, Neptune's atmosphere contains various compounds that can exist in different states depending on their altitude, so it wouldn't be accurate to refer to Neptune as a ball of ice. If Neptune were to freeze into a ball of ice, it would not have a direct impact on life on Earth. Neptune is over 2.7 billion miles away from Earth, and it's too far to have a significant impact on our environment. However, the freezing of Neptune could have indirect effects on our solar system. Neptune also plays a role in the gravitational stability of our solar system. It exerts a strong gravitational force on objects in the outer solar system, which helps to keep them in stable orbits. If Neptune were to freeze, its gravitational pull would weaken. This could result in the disruption of the Kuiper Belt, a region of space beyond Neptune that contains many small, icy objects, including dwarf planets like Pluto. If Neptune's gravitational pull weakened, these objects could be flung out of the Kuiper Belt and into the inner solar system, potentially causing collisions with other objects and planets. However, it's important to note that the likelihood of Neptune freezing over is extremely low. The planet's distance from the Sun and unique composition makes it unlikely to experience the conditions necessary for complete freezing. So, while the hypothetical scenario of planets freezing into balls of ice is fascinating to consider, it's not something we need to worry about happening. And even if it did, it's not something that has any immediate practical implications for us. Thanks for joining, see you next time.